Hey, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. My name's David Steele, and here's my truck, where today we're in this green Mack R. Let's go ahead and start the engine.
Come on, there's a job to do.
Go. And it's about sort of 8:30 on a Sunday, let's check. 8:15 on a Sunday morning, and we're going to go ahead and grab Halloween treats for the Halloween SCS deal. Well, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and just move off. There we go. And we're going to be experimenting today with manual and sequential manual, I should say, automatic. I messed up my turning left there immediately. And SCS Smart Shift. Now, I covered Smart Shift when it was first released. Let's jump back into the cabin, I think. There we go. And I've not really covered it since, and I think it was released in 1.46 or 1.47, so it's been out a while. We're currently on 1.485. Let's go ahead and move. Okay. Oh, sorry, Van. Are you going to wait for me? Well, I guess you are. I'm going to encourage you to wait for me. Alright. You're going to hear all my key presses today because the microphone's right over the keyboard, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. Right, so yeah, we're going to be playing around with Smart Shift today. But first of all, there's two primary ways that I tend to drive or change gear in my trucks. So I have the automatic mode, which is what it's using right now. That the engine will use the shift points that are programmed into whatever engine I'm using, and right now this is using a Mack E6 engine, the 300 horsepower version. It's one of my engines, a shameless plug. It's from the Steele Productions Engine Pack. So I set up the shift points in this, and it behaves. I mean, I've spent a lot of time on it, but it behaves pretty good. Let's go ahead and turn left here. We'll get up to the top and turn left. And I set up the shift points in the engines because I should stop here. Oh, okay. My ABS is also disabled as well. So I set up the shift points so that the trucks are very, very drivable. And that was important to me because sometimes I want to listen to a podcast, I want to listen to a video or a movie or something, and I don't want to worry about changing gear. That's easier. No, it's maybe not easy as the word. It's better. It's a better experience if it smartly changes gear for me, and I don't have to listen to it and help it out. And a lot of modded engines I may be compromised in that regard. There's two things that mean a lot to me for my engines. One is it's as realistic but playable. Now, I'm not going to point fingers at any other engine modders, but some engine modders, the headline numbers that they produce in the description is nothing like the real output of the engine, and the torque curve may not be anywhere near realistic. And there's always compromise. And the simple reason there is the scale of the maps. What we mean there is, it doesn't take you an hour to drive the full length of California in real life. It's more like a day. So the area is compressed, but the changes in elevation mean that in the game it's a little steeper than it really is. Excuse me, you've still got a bit of sickness kicking in there. Don't worry, there's no chance of getting a computer virus from me. The long and short, what that means is that as gradients are steeper in the game than in real life, you tend to find that your truck kind of struggles. Struggles more than it might do in real life. So here, yeah, it's checking up about the 1650 point, which is what I would expect. And I'm using the 12 speed that comes. I think it's 12 speed. Yes, it is. A 12 speed that comes with the Mack R. That's the overdrive. I'm actually using the add-on pack for the Mack R, so I've got the sleeper here. Let's go ahead and merge left. So we're in 11th, it's going to change up to 12th, or top gear at 50 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and cruise there. Set cruise at 55. Okay, great. So far so good. Automated shift, changing gear as it needs to. No complaints there. I need to be in the left lane. We're turning off just up here. Let's go ahead and kill the engine. Sorry, no, kill the cruise control, David. Get your words right. And as the speed bleeds off, it's going to downshift in just a second. There we go. So downshifts down to 11th. I'm not using the engine brake. I don't need to. I'm going to use it now, actually. There we go. And it's going to progressively shift down through the gears. Fantastic. And if I were doing this manual... Oh, have I got a gap there? Yep, I think I do. Oh, this is a little tight. Oh, sorry, red car. Oof. Yeah, I'm off his Christmas card list. If you drive in real life, don't do what I just did. So, shifting up, shifting down, and I've tried to mirror what the real trucks do. So, my long-suffering and rather petite wife will sometimes come in the room and I'm studying a YouTube video clip or a video clip of someone driving a Mack R, and she's given up saying, "What are you doing?" Now she knows. I'm watching when the driver shifts, and I'm watching what they shift from and to, and you can't always tell. You just have to count gears. Count on the way up, count on the way down. You watch what the driver's doing to try and, as much as I can, replicate the same effect in the truck, because it's important to me. I mean, you don't want an 18 speed where it shifts through every single gear on the way up and down if you're light or not even hauling anything. Okay, so that's that. I wonder what the whole Halloween treats are. This will date the video, but this year for 2023 is just under £40,000, and this one is, I think, the shorter one I could find, the shortest trip I could find, rather. It's still a bit of a trek, and it may not be with me for the whole of the run there. We'll see. It's a World of Trucks event, so I have a speed limit of 65 miles an hour. And that might prolong it a little bit. We're in Texas, and so sometimes the speed limit is higher than that. Yeah, just listening to how well the simulation shifts down through the gears. I'm very happy with how this has worked, in the sense that it may not be realistic, but it feels satisfying, and it's as close as I could get to the real thing. And of course, drivers are going to vary how they change gear too. Alright, where's my cargo? Should just be around the corner here. There it is. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and get hitched up to the trailer, so I will pause the video, and thanks to the wonders of YouTube, I'll be right back in a jiffy, and then we can get stuck into everything else we're going to be talking about today. I'll see you in a moment. And welcome back. Well, we've connected up to the trailer, but I'm just going to do something before we go any further in this video. I'm going to jump into options here. I'm going to go into gameplay, and we're going to just take a look at some of the settings I've got set up here. Well, specifically, we're going to go into transmission type. So I'm using real automatic. The options I've got there are simple auto, real, sequential, and H shifter. I don't have a H shifter anymore. Sequential is it's an option. So basically, I have a key mapped that switches between automatic and sequential. Sequential is where every tap of my gear shift key or control button will change up or down a gear. So I have a button that switches between those two modes. That's all fine and dandy, no problem. But the magic here is the smart sequential shifting. When this is unticked, every tap is a change up or change down of one single ratio or one split. So you might go from 7 low to 7 high. Now if you wanted to change from 7 low to 8 low, you've got to tap it twice. At least that's in the Eden folders. Okay, great. Smart sequential shifting will change the gear to the next appropriate ratio depending on a whole set of circumstances, and I believe it uses the same logic as I programmed into the engine. So if you're trying to short shift, you might only short shift one gear. Fantastic. But if you're revving the engine out to 1800, 1900 at revs, and it's something like an IS6 15, you may find it shifts 2 or possibly even 3 gears, depending on lots of other factors. We'll leave it off for now. Let's jump back into my truck, like so. Yep, left it running. And I'm going to go ahead and put it into or manual mode. So now if I shift up, you look at my little tablet on the windshield, it's shifting up through the various gears. All the way up to 12, and I can shift all the way down. You'll even hear my controller. Oh, I got 5 reverse gears. Okay, and now go back into options, go back into gameplay, zip down to the same section, which is truck settings, transmission type, real automatic's the same. Let's turn on smart sequential shifting and come back out of there. Okay, so now when I put it up, it still puts me in first gear. Okay, no change there. Well, I'm gonna put it back into sequential and let's go ahead and drive off, and then we'll see how this behaves. Actually, I'm going to turn on my headlights so I can see my instruments that little bit better. So now I'm shifting gear myself. Yeah, and it just shifted one ratio there. And the idea behind it is it's especially useful when you're slowing down. You might want to downshift, and maybe you slow down from 55 to say 30. You might want to be downshifting maybe 2 or 3 gears. Well, you just tap it once, and it takes care of that for you. But what I have found the issue with Smart Shift is if you're close to stationary, it'll shift you into neutral. What's going on here? What's this lady here on the left doing? You're right, love. You wait for someone. I guess she is. So I downshifted there whilst distracted. This put me into neutral. Well, I actually want to shift back up. I want to keep going. Let's put it back into first. If I shift again, this second. If I downshift, let's put me down in the first. Okay, maybe they've improved it. They probably have improved it, because why would they not? Well, let's go ahead and we'll move it. Let's get those windows up, I think.
Turn left.
Okay. Is that a Prius? Oh, that's a Prius. I should have taken him out. Oh well. Oh, truck coming. You know what? It might be time to take a swig of water. I have not done much talking in the last couple of weeks, and I may lose my voice, which would be a shame for everyone concerned, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and move off. So it's actually... Oh, I'm in third. Let's downshift. Okay, put me in first. Alright. It's not doing what I thought it was doing, which was putting me into neutral. Oh, maybe it's because I'm on the power, actually. Okay, well, it's going up through the gears sequentially now, and that's perfectly fine. If I lift off and then downshift, it goes to fifth. Goes to fourth. Okay, so it's sequential. Let me get a little bit of speed up. There's a stop sign we're coming up to, so we'll try downshifting when I'm braking. I mean, so far this is no great shakes. It's going through every gear sequentially, which is just the same as... Did I really turn that option on? Anyway, so let's brake. Let's get the revs down low and downshift.
Go straight.
Okay, it skipped a gear, but I did it again. It went from 9th to 7th and then down to neutral. That wasn't very useful. If I tell it to shift 2, it shifts 2 gears. Yeah. Okay, and there I downshifted 1, but it dropped me into 4th. 4th's too high to move off. I mean, I'll try it. Yeah, it's too high. So I downshift and I'm off the power. It puts me into neutral. See that? That's not good. Let's try and put it back into 4th. Okay. then let me try and move off, and then downshift while moving. Okay. Well, I guess the logic there is if you're under power, you need to be moving off, but if you're slow, it assumes you want to stop if you're not under power. So I may have to adapt my driving, because I will often coast up to a light and keep it in a given gear, just as I might do with a car. Wouldn't necessarily change down through every gear. But sometimes, you know, I might, if the lights turn, I might block shift from maybe 4th or 5th down to maybe 2nd, just depending on the circumstances. If I short shift, it's going to put me in 9th. Yeah, there's no difference there. And that feels a little slow for 9th, but it's pulling okay. Well, so far, I think I'm understanding what it's doing, and it makes complete sense. So I'm off the power, I'm under braking, I'm going to downshift, down to 8, downshift again, down to 7, so it's sequential, downshift again to 6, to 5th, but I couldn't move off in 5th gear. I need to signal, and if I downshift one more, I bet it puts me to neutral, and then upshift to 1st. There's a white car coming, I think, or silver car. There's a pickup. There's a SUV. Okay, I will actually stop. I will make him or her nervous. They already may be nervous. Okay. Stay where you are, Mustang, or don't cut in front of me. Thank you. Just rev it out to 2100 and shift up. I'm still shifting up 1 gear. So far there's no real advantage to smart shift. If anything, it's just making life harder for me when I have to slow down. Okay, well let's go 2100, shifting up from 8th puts me into 10th. Okay, so there was an advantage there. We did miss a gear. Maybe with hindsight, this wasn't the best decision or choice for a vehicle for this, because it's a low-powered engine, it's 300 horsepower and just 11-12 foot-pounds of torque. If I downshift now, it'll put me to 9th. If I upshift, it'll put me to 11. Yeah, it did. Okay. I'm not surprised. It's more or less performing as I might expect it to, and I think the real difference will be something like an 18 speed with maybe a bit more power and a lot more torque, and see when it block shifts, using the same logic that the automated options could as well. Okay. I mean, I'm not unhappy with this. As you can see, it's taken a while to get up to 65, which you kind of expect. It's low powered. I really enjoy spending time with the Mack R. So I'm probably not going to need to downshift anytime soon, because even as the speed bleeds off going up this hill, I'm still looking at over 55, and that was when it wanted to down or upshift up to 12 was 55. So it may be that its benefit is a little limited under certain circumstances, but perhaps with the 18 speed and a bit more power, you have more flexibility to shift gears. You don't want to go full auto, but you want to go almost semi or automatic and use a bit of the smarts. I can see maybe that would work. Okay. Well, I don't particularly propose to keep everyone hanging around for the next 220 odd miles as I travel to my destination. Most of it's going to be in top gear as fast as it'll let me go, which is just 65 miles an hour. So, I'm going to draw my video to a conclusion here, but yeah, interesting. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of me playing around with some of these settings, just to see how well the game works and how it's evolved. If you've got a particular route or engine and a powertrain combination you want to try it with, let me know. I can see how the smart shifting is try to give some of the benefit of whoever wrote the engine definition with giving the driver manual choice, and it could be the best of both worlds. But the whole dropping to neutral when traveling slow and changing down is a little frustrating for me, and not the smoothest. But it's maybe worth experimenting. Anyway, suffice to say, drop a comment down below if you've made it this far and you want to see something. Let me know, and I'll see what I can do. But most of all, thank you so much for sticking to the end, and I'll maybe see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.